Dr. Tong Lee, your host.
And this is Kurt Wilhelm, your co-host of Ageless Living here on World Talk Radio in Voice America.
And today we've been talking about arthritis. We also wanted to bring you some information on our open house of Arizona Laser and Skin.
Which, if you haven't gone to one of the Arizona Laser and Skin open houses, you should definitely go. You get, now I don't want to overspeak here, but there's a certain number of free treatments.
Correct. We actually do demonstration of the new...
demonstration, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, newer technologies and new advances of the aesthetic field.
Uh-huh.
And of course there's food and drinks. And,
food and drink, which is always really, really good. And Dr. Lee even tries her hand at some of the baking once in a while. And also, you get a chance to mix and mingle with the estheticians, with Dr. Robledo and Dr. Lee, so that you can ask questions and just get to know the environment.
We also have skincare experts from the different line of products.
Oh,
yes.
That is great.
They're very knowledgeable. They give very good information. Like I said, we always talk about the newest, the best technologies out there. You get to try it out too.
And I can't say enough about that. There's been some major changes in my own life I won't go into that I appreciate Dr. Lee turning me on to some of these as well.
Right. Check us out on our website, which is www.azmdlaser.com. That is azmdlaser.com.
And the cross streets, if you want to generally know where it is down on, is it Ray?
It's Chandler Boulevard.
Chandler. I always say, yeah, it's where I get off the freeway.
Chandler Boulevard and 46th Street.
Chandler and 46th Street, just a little bit south of the intersection of 46th Street and Chandler.
And this is just in time to fit it in before the holidays.
Truly, if you want to look good for Halloween, which is a big time you want to look good.
It's more so for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so Halloween's upon us now, and then Thanksgiving and
the date
Christmas
is
as
on
well.
November 13th.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Well, call them beforehand and try to get a treatment before
Right.
Halloween if you want to look great.
That's okay too, yeah.
You betcha. Okay, so and also I want to mention a couple of things about Arizona Laser and Skin. Is that it's probably the only place that I know that you're going to get a true holistic overview of how you should treat your body in relation to beauty. There's, for example, I referred to someone who I know very well, we'll leave it at that, who was able to find out that there a lot of the skin issues that she was having were actually having to do with internal, the way her body was reacting to either things she ate or the balance inside of her body and certain things, whereas most estheticians would just say, hey, let me, what can I charge you to do a treatment?
Scrape your skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's kind of intuitive that we know beauty comes from inside out. Sometimes we oversee that. We forget about that.
Sure.
But, truly, you need to be healthy in order to glow, to look good.
Absolutely. And that's what I love about Arizona Laser and Skin, is it is integrative from literally all aspects. There's a cosmetic surgery, so when it comes time for you to do cosmetic surgery, they can do that for you. If you want to do aesthetics and getting your skin looking good, laser related things, wonderful fat freezing, or physical liposuction, whatever it is that you want, but also there's good holistic remedies that if you don't need those, they will let you know, and they will help you resolve those issues in more holistic ways.
That's right.
So coming back to the arthritis, so what we were talking about are the 7 ingredients to help manage your arthritis pain. Ingredients means ways to stave off that pain. So Dr. Lee, what are some of the things that
we mentioned green tea. Green tea is good for a lot of things. You know what? I just came up with a rationale why green tea helps. Hey, it helps you to lose weight.
That's why.
If you lose weight, obviously there's a lot less burden and less of that pounding when you're walking or exercising to the joint.
Right.
I mean, that's one of the reasons green tea will help with joint pain. It's
That's
also,
true.
they call it anti-inflammatory. So basically, if you ease the inflammation, you're gonna get relief from arthritic pain.
Very true.
So other things that help with inflammation is one of them is omega-3. So there's a lot of buzz talking about switching from omega-6 to 3.
Okay.
So 3 is supposedly better for you, which is in salmon,
Mhm.
some of the deep sea fish, and of course supplements too.
Sure, and also be careful that you don't overdo it because, especially in men, there may be prostate cancer issues if you do too much fish oil. So there's other ways to get omega-3 that are not necessarily fish
That's
oil.
one thing we keep mentioning. There's always a balance. You know, if something we say that's good for this and good for that, that doesn't mean that you need to overdo it.
Absolutely. One of the things, even though I'm not vegan, you can type in vegan omega-3, and then that way you're having a non-fish alternative to your
Correct.
omega-3s as well.
Right. Olive oil is sometimes cited as something that helps with the arthritis. Carotenes in the vegetables.
Okay.
Obviously, carrots have a lot of carotene in it, and also in the berries, there's an ingredient that's very helpful to combat the inflammation in blackberries, cherries. Other things are like vitamin C. That is obviously rich in a lot of things, including kiwis, citrus, a lot of things, berries too. One thing I personally think, actually two things, I personally think are very well known to help with arthritis pains are ginger and turmeric.
Very good.
They're related, did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Turmeric is like a cousin in the plant categories
Interesting.
as ginger. They're in a similar division of the plant family.
That's very interesting. I take turmeric every day and ginger about every other day because I put it into my juice. When I make my juice, I use ginger to give a good clean flavor to it. So
I actually think it's great to add ginger to the juice.
okay. Looks like, wow, time went by very, very quickly. So I think we covered all 7 of them. Okay. I guess I read our engineer's notes, so it looks like we still have 4 minutes till break. My apologies. Keep going.
So ginger and turmeric. I think it's historically used a lot, either internally or externally for arthritis. I'm actually surprised. I was surprised when I was doing research that this was very well documented in the English literature too.
Great. That is good.
So we're going to be talking about a health tip of the day with external use of the powders to help with the arthritis in a minute in our next section. So ginger and turmeric can be taken internally, and they're known to be helpful with the arthritis too. So these are the 7 things we mentioned.
Mhm.
What about things to avoid? Lifestyles you want to avoid? I read about it. I thought it was pretty boring because they're like the basic healthy things you want to do, and like fried food, not to take too much of that. I actually don't think, same thing with balance. The foods we label as not so good, they're good. They taste wonderful. They're okay. They're good to eat a little bit. Just don't overdo.
Also, here's a good alternative. If you are going to fry your food, use avocado oil because A, it's good for you, and B, it can actually, there's a lot of people who talk about if you overheat things that it actually changes the chemical makeup of the oils. So avocado can actually be heated, so you can saute things, fry things. So if you're going to do it, you do it in a slightly healthy way.
Right, right. So fried and processed food is something to avoid. There's something also called advanced glycation end product.
Mhm.
That is toxin that's usually found in fried and processed food. That's why, if we have to know why we don't have to eat so much food, fried food and processed food. This is why the toxin actually is pro-inflammation is found in those foods. That's why we try to avoid it.
Got it.
The next one to avoid, sugars and refined carbs.
Oh, come on.
Don't we love them?
We love
They're
them.
okay to eat a little bit, just don't overeat. But it is known to be acidic. We're going to be talking about alkaline and acids in food, and one of our sections, one of our episodes in the future. But this is believed to be acid producing, so it's bad for inflammation or bad for arthritis.
Got it.
Next one, dairy products.
I love dairy products too.
I know. I don't know that I agree with the complete elimination of a whole group, food group.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in balance, but I'm just sharing my research results now. So these are the things in the English literature. We're talking about eliminating or reducing the intake of these categories of foods.
Also, if I could go out on a limb a little bit, is that if you take this list and then start testing it, stop taking, dairy products, because they don't affect everybody the same. So if
Right.
you take dairy products out of your life and you find an improvement, then that's something that you may want to stay away
That
from.
may be something, not all of them that you have. You may be okay to take other things.
Yeah, you're free.
Because in this
certain
list,
times.
there's what? Alcohol, tobacco,
Mhm.
actually meats. Maybe you can eat meat if you're doing better without the dairy products.
Sure, very good point.
So in different research, there's also corn is blamed for inflammation,
Uh-huh.
or corn oil.
I
Both.
could buy into that.
You can. Have
You
you
know,
had
I
some
can.
experience?
Yeah, meaning that there's just so much about corn that has not been good. And it looks like our engineer is now telling us it is time to go to break. When we come back from break, we're going to be talking about some of the some more things that you can do to avoid arthritis triggers. So we'll also have our health tips when we come back from break. So don't go away. We'll be back right after the break. This is Kurt Wilhelm, the co-host of the Ageless Living Show here on Voice American World Talk Radio.
And this is Dr. Tong Lee. We'll see you right back.